Welcome to Sunny's Mindset Lab. Today, we're diving into the book What Every Body is Saying by former FBI agent Joe Navarro. Ever had that feeling, that little inkling that what someone is saying isn't quite the whole story? Well, today, we're cracking the code of nonverbal communication. And our guide is literally the guy the FBI trusted to read people for a living.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Someone's telling you, yes, absolutely, but your gut is just screaming that something's not right. Maybe their smile doesn't quite reach their eyes, or they're kind of leaning away. That feeling, that's not just your imagination. It's your brain picking up on this incredible silent language, a language that, honestly, tells us way more than words ever could.
So the guy showing us the ropes here is Joe Navarro. And listen, for 25 years, his job at the FBI was hunting spies. Think about that. His secret weapon wasn't just asking tough questions. It was this almost superhuman ability to read what their bodies were screaming, even when their mouths were silent. So let's get into his number one rule, the foundation for everything else. All right, section 1, the body never lies. And this is the core idea, the big one. Navarro's entire method is built on this one powerful truth. We can lie with our words all day long, but our bodies often tell on us without our permission.
So just how much are we talking about here? Well, get this. Researchers figure that a whopping 60 to 65% of all our communication is nonverbal. That's huge. Just let that sink in. More than half of what you're conveying in any conversation is happening before you even open your mouth. And here's why that matters. As Navarro puts it, because people are not always aware they are communicating nonverbally, body language is often more honest than an individual's verbal pronouncements. See, we choose our words very, very carefully, but that little foot tap, that subtle lean away, a tiny tightening of the lips, those are usually totally unconscious reactions. They're the tells that show what's really going on inside. But why? Why is our body so darn honest? Okay, next up, your brain's honest signals. The answer, it turns out, is buried deep inside our brain's ancient wiring. It's all about a part of our brain that's been keeping us alive for millions of years. Well, let's break this down real simple. You've got your neocortex, that's the thinking brain. It's smart, it's creative, and yeah, it's the part that can cook up a pretty convincing lie. But then deep down, you've got the limbic system. Think of this as the honest brain. It's all about raw emotion and survival. Its only job is to keep you safe. And here's the key. It doesn't think. It just reacts instantly and honestly. So what is a limbic system response? It's basically an automatic, reflexive reaction to the world around you. It's not thought out, which is exactly why it's so honest. So when you encounter something, doesn't matter if it's a threat, a surprise, or something amazing, your limbic system kicks in before your thinking brain even has a chance to catch up. It's why your heart pounds before a big presentation. And this honest brain has a survival plan that's hardwired into every single one of us. When a threat is detected, our first reaction isn't to run or to fight. Nope, it's to freeze. It's our most ancient defense mechanism, designed to make us invisible to predators. Just think of a deer in the headlights, or how a whole room goes dead silent when there's a loud, sudden bang. That's the limbic brain just taking charge. Now for the secrets of the feet. So if our limbic brain is constantly broadcasting these honest signals, where should we be looking? Navarro's answer is going to surprise you. It's not the face. He says to find the real truth, you have to look down. Yep, the feet and legs. And here's why this is so brilliant. Since we were kids, right, we're told to control our faces. Put on a happy face. Don't make that face. But when has anyone ever told you to control your feet? Never. They're the furthest thing from our brain. We pay the least attention to them, and that makes them incredibly honest little broadcasters of what we're really feeling. And you can see the difference right here. Check out these happy feet. When we're feeling good, confident, excited, our feet might bounce or even point up. Navarro calls them gravity-defying gestures. But when we're uncomfortable, our feet literally point the way out. They'll aim right for the door. They've even done studies in courtrooms that show when jurors don't like a witness, their feet will often be pointed right at the nearest exit. How crazy is that? Let's talk comfort versus discomfort. This whole idea about the feet brings us to Navarro's master key for decoding, pretty much everything. And it's so beautifully simple. All you have to do is sort every single behavior you see into one of two buckets. Think of this as your go-to cheat sheet. Every bit of body language basically boils down to one of two things, comfort or discomfort. Simple as that. When we feel comfortable, we lean in, our posture is open. When we're uncomfortable, maybe feeling a little threatened, we lean away, we cross our arms to create a barrier, our whole body just kind of shrinks inward. The real secret here isn't trying to spot a lie. It's watching for that exact moment when someone flips from a state of comfort to a state of discomfort. And one of the biggest clues that someone just made that shift, it's something called a pacifying behavior. These are those little things we do totally unconsciously to calm ourselves down after something stressful happens. Like touching your neck or rubbing your leg or licking your lips. So if you're talking to someone and they suddenly start doing one of these things, just ask yourself, what just happened? What was just said that made them feel stressed? It's like a real-time alert for their inner state. Okay, final section, how to read anyone. So we've got the science, we've got the key concepts, but how do you actually use all this stuff in the real world? And, maybe more importantly, how do you use it responsibly? Well, Navarro gives us 3 essential rules to follow. So here are the 3 big rules of observation. And let me be clear, this isn't about becoming some kind of human lie detector. It's about becoming a much better, more careful observer. So, rule number 1, establish a baseline. You have to know what's normal for a person before you can spot what's abnormal. Rule 2, look for clusters. Never, ever rely on just one gesture. I mean, someone crossing their arms might just be cold, but crossed arms, plus tight lips, plus their feet pointing to the door, now that's a cluster of signals telling you something's up. And finally, rule 3, always, always consider the context. Learning to see this silent language, it does more than just help you figure out if someone's being straight with you. It really enriches your understanding of everyone. It gives you this deeper, more empathetic view into what people are actually experiencing. Once you know what to look for, you'll start seeing these signals everywhere. So the only question left is, what will you start to see?